My name's Jackie Norbury. I'm the store manager of Marks and Spencer in Ipswich, and today I have got some pupils in from the Stoke High School to learn all about this business.
What standard of GCSEs do I require to be accepted for a job in your business?
Even though they can be important, we don't insist on having them because it's more about other people's qualities. So for example, we expect or would like our people to be quite pacey, customer service focused, quite IT literate, flexible and good at working in a team. So those are more important than GCSEs.
How many A-levels will I need?
We do an A-level scheme, okay, where you'd need 2 A-levels at minimum C to join. That's an 18-month programme where you would go straight in, as Ellie did, as a commercial manager, and that would start at 24k.
Is getting the job just about getting good qualifications and grades, or more than that?
More than that, definitely more than that. So we are looking for people who are very good with interpersonal skills, people who can relate to all sorts of people and handle all sorts of situations, people that can multitask, like you say, flexibility, willing to work hard, willing to work what is sometimes not great hours, so unsocial hours, so Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, sometimes bank holidays. That's what we're looking for.
What age do you take on people in your business? Do you take apprentices?
Right, we'll take people from 16, but you must be a school leaver and have finished your exams, okay? We don't do apprentice schemes. We do things like Marks and Start. So that is for people who have had some bad luck in their lives or have just found it very, very difficult to get a job. So we do a lot of schemes like that through the Prince's Trust as well. But there are lots and lots of programmes that we do to either go straight into section managers, trainee section managers or commercial managers.
How easy is it to get a job in your business?
We advertise on the web under the Marks and Spencer's website, so all our vacancies will be advertised there. So, and some people actually come off the street and say, have you got any vacancies? Because they know that at certain times of the year we take on a lot of staff. And some people still write into us asking as well. So there's sort of 3 ways that people can inquire about jobs, but they are always advertised on our website.
What do you expect from a young person who wants a job in your company?
You know, we love having young people in, and we take on a lot of new people, and young people, we often take them on as temporaries at Christmas. So again, it's about how confident are they, because you've got to be confident when you're working with the public. You know, what are your interpersonal skills like? Can you work in a big team, or is that quite frightening for some people? You've got to be able to talk English, obviously, to communicate with people. Again, how flexy, how quickly can you pick things up, how adaptable are you? All of those are quite important.
How do you decide if they're good enough?
Right, we have quite a robust system. So what will happen, let's say you were applying for a temporary job and you saw it on our website. There is a phone number for you to ring. So you ring through that, and there is a screening process there. So they're going to ask you questions, and they're listening for key replies, which I'm not allowed to tell you what they are. Once you've got through that screening process, you'll then be asked into a store for an interview, and there you'll have an interview and you'll have a role play as well. And that's really what we're looking for, and that will decide on the day whether you get a job with Marks and Spencer's.
How much could I earn if I work in your business after leaving school or college?
Well, the world is really your oyster, if I'm honest. So if you think that we've got 85,000 employees and we're in 50 countries now, so we've got people who sit on the board who started off working on the shop floor. So you can see that you can go into any area that you want.
How much could I earn if I progressed in the business?
It goes into very, very high salaries depending on what you're doing. So you could be a commercial manager, a store manager, or an area manager. So my area manager looks after 20 stores. So you can imagine the sort of turnover that it's got. So it's really based on that. But we are one of the sort of leading companies for paying our staff.
How do you start out in a business, particularly this job?
I started as a sales assistant when I was 16. and I was applying for various retailers because I did want to work in retail. So I went in at a London store when I was 16 and actually started to work my way up through the ranks. So the first step was a relief section manager, then a section manager, then a senior section manager, and then I became a commercial manager. And that's when I decided that I'd quite like to run my own store. And because I've been working in a flagship store in London, which with a very high turnover, and had lots and lots of experience on different parts of the store and different departments, they then gave me an appointment as the Brentwood store manager, which was very scary, from going to working with a very big team where there was always someone you could ask to suddenly that was your store and you were responsible for everything. So a scary couple of months, I think, settling in, but then I found that this really was the job that I really wanted to do because it is so interesting and it is so varied as well.
Did you always want to do this job when you were younger?
Actually, I wanted to be a vet when I was younger, but I didn't have the qualifications. So I went into fashion instead.
Did you find it stressful running a business?
I wouldn't say stressful, it can be very challenging, and you've got to be very good at what I call multitasking. You've also got to be very good at delegating because you can't do it all yourself, hence why I've got quite a big team. You would never know the detail of every department. You just wouldn't be able to take that information in, as well as all the other information that you need to know, because basically my job is about sales, standards, and when I say standards, it's about the legal and compliance of the staff and the store. It's about costs, because as you can imagine, there is a large cost element to running a store this size. People as well, so you are responsible for your people, their welfare, their happiness and their engagement. And also there is a service, so of course, again, we're measured on what do customers think of this store. So we have to make sure that we are listening to the customer all the time, be it about products or the environment, to make sure that they come back and spend money with you, because at the end of the day, that's what you need to do.
How do you go about finding employees?
They seem to come to us, but again, it's very easy because employees will go onto the website and find out where the vacancies are in what areas, and straight away they'll go through the screening process there. They will obviously put what areas they're interested in working in, so in what locations, so they will get an interview at suitable stores.
What life skills will I need to go into the world of work that will make me more employable?
Well, having a really positive attitude. We see all sorts of people, and the people that we're actually put off by are people that don't make eye contact, don't smile. Those sort of people are not really the people we want to put in front of the customer. So we're looking for bubbly people, we're looking for flexible people, we're looking for people that are happy and get on with all types. Good listeners, good at adapting, and are quite pacey as well, because this can be quite a pacey environment.
Do you think we are too young to choose what we want to do in life?
Not at all, not at all. I think it's really good that you've got an idea what you want to do. Things do change as you get older. But I think coming out of school and thinking I just don't know what I'm going to do is not helpful. So even if you want to try something for a while and see if you like it, it's a good thing to do.
A recent statement says that employers are from Venus and young people are from Mars. Do you agree? Is the gap really that big?
No, not at all. We really love it when we get to Christmas time and we're taking on what we call fixed term workers, because we get these absolutely brilliant young kids coming through that we don't want to lose at the end of their contract, and where we can, we'll try and keep them on. So we're finding that they come through and they want to do lots of hours and they're really enthusiastic. They adapt to the tills really quickly, and like things like iPads that we use in the stores. So we're really, really proud of them, and they really do make a difference. And we get so much positive feedback about some of the new, the fixed term staff that we have in. Sometimes more so than staff that have been here for a long time. So it's great to have them in. So I don't agree with that statement at all.
Should more visits of this kind be organised to help businesses and schools communicate better?
Definitely. So for example, if you hadn't come in today, would you have known what it was like backstage and some of the things that we look at? Because you're only going to see a very small part of it. That's if you ever came into a Marks and Spencer's. So I'll throw that back as to, have you got something out of it today? Yeah. Good.
Do you think this project will help us when we leave school or go into college or the workplace?
Definitely, and I think we should do more of this type of thing. And again, it will give you an insight. I mean, where you've been today is to, look, I've heard that you're already thinking about, well, that might, banking might be a good career. Some of you might be saying, well, actually, it's not just about being a sales advisor in this store and in this company, because there are so many avenues you can go up to. There's visual merchandising, there's fire health and safety experts, there are people policy specialists. If you work in merchandising, you do everything from, visiting slaughterhouses to checking on farm standards. So it's an absolutely huge range that you can actually do in this business.
Lights ready. Camera rolling. Action.